Hi everyone, welcome to the third and final webinar within our Exploring Enterprise range, which is all about providing business support to women in Wales and helping them get their ideas off the ground. So today's session is all about financing your business. And before we get started, I just want to run through a couple of technical checks with you, just to make sure that you can see the slide and hear me. I believe most of the participants today would have already joined us for the last two sessions, so you probably already know how this works. But if we have any new attendees today, to use GoToWebinar, on your right hand side of your screen, you will see an orange button with a white arrow. If you click that, it will open the GoToWebinar toolbar, and you will see a variety of tools there that you can use to interact with us today. We won't be able to see you or hear you today. You are actually all on mute. But if you do want to ask us any questions throughout the session, then please just pop your questions in the question tab, and I will ask those. I'll ask Carla those questions as we progress through the session. During the session, there's also going to be a couple of polls as well to interact with you. They will pop up on the screen, so you can just select your answers, and then the results will pop up as well. So if you have any issues or any technical issues, then please pop it into the questions facility, and we will try and work our way through those as quickly as we can. Okay, I'm going to move on now. Okay, I'm going to be your host today. Let me just pop my webcam on for you so you can see me. Here we go. Hello, I'm Emma Tamplin. I'm the collaboration manager at Quarateg, and I am responsible for delivering a number of exciting initiatives for women and girls across Wales, helping them to reach their full potential. And I also work closely with businesses in Wales to help them create flexible workplace structures that help and support the progression of women in the workplace. And I will be your co-host for today. So we have Carla Reynolds from Business Wales, who will be delivering the session, and I will be the co-host asking all the questions. Okay. Quarateg. So Quarateg, for those of you who don't know who we are the leading gender equality charity here in Wales, and since 1992 we have been working to ensure that women can enter the workplace, develop skills and build rewarding careers. We have a vision at Quarateg where every woman and girl is treated equally and is fully able to participate in the economy, in public and in political life, and live safe from violence and fear. And at Quarateg, we offer a number of services that can help support girls, women and businesses in Wales. And we also work closely with decision makers and government in Wales to ensure that our country is fair and inclusive for women, and to ensure that they have a platform for their voices to be heard. We are joined today by Carla Reynolds from Business Wales, who's going to be delivering a great session on financing your business. So this is the final webinar in the series that we've been delivering for you over the last 2 weeks. And it's all about, how can you finance your business ideas? And also there's a variety of packages of support that Business Wales are able to offer you. So Carla's going to tell you all about those very soon. So if you want to connect with us, here's our contact details. You can follow us on Twitter, on LinkedIn, on Facebook as well. Here are my contact details. If you need anything, just drop me an email. I'll pop these back up at the end, but now I'm going to hand you over to Carla. And as I mentioned, if you have any questions for either of us throughout the session, please just pop them in the questions tab and we can move through those as we progress. Thank you. So I'm now going to make Carla the presenter.
Hi all, thanks Emma for that great introduction. So we'll get some slides up and we'll start the presentation.
Okay, there we go.
Okay. So just while the slides are loading, I hear that the other sessions were really good. I managed to catch the first session with Sarah, so it was fantastic. And yeah, we'll tell you a little bit more about how to finance your business and take that forward for you. Brilliant. All right, we're nearly there with the slides.
Whilst you're loading up, I'll just say it's great to see so many of the participants returning for the third session. They just there's a few more joining us now as we move along. Yeah, it's great that they could all come, and we will be recording the session as well, so we can pass it on to any of the participants that are not able to join us today, or if anybody needs to leave early, we can send out the link. And there is a YouTube channel which my amazing colleague Alexia has set up, which will have all 3 sessions on as well.
Okay, I think we're there now, Emma, with the slides. Can you just give me a quick okay if we are?
Yeah, all good to go.
Sorry to interrupt. Yeah, I can see some of the like the chats. If you could just pop those out because they're blocking the. Brilliant, thank you. Well done, excellent.
So good to go, guys.
All good.
Lovely. Okay, thanks for that. Just a few of the tech bits and pieces there to get underway. Great. So thinking about financing your business. So I'm Carla Reynolds. I'm a business advisor at Business Wales, and I help you guys fund and support your business journey. So, okay, so a little bit more about what we do and how we can help generally. So we're an enterprise support agency. We're fully funded, so it's all free for yourself. We support new businesses, people with ideas, and existing businesses as well. So it's a full package of support for your business. There's access to one-to-one support, workshops, webinars. Some of you might already been on some of our workshops. But generally, we can get you the access you need to whatever support that you need as well. There's different tools and different support mechanisms for different people. So, for example, if you're under 25, you would be gaining support from our Big Ideas Wales programme. A social business Wales will be able to help, and for your digital needs, then it's Superfast Business Wales. We've got a whole family of support generally, so we'll be able to marry up any of your needs with that, which is great to see. So that's a little bit more information about who we are and what we do. Okay. So just having a look at moving the slides around. So a little bit about me. I'm a business advisor at Business Wales. I love helping new businesses from that idea, that seed stage, which some of you might be at the moment. So anyone who's aspiring to have that business, I'll help you within those first steps of self-employment into running your business. Additionally, as you grow your business, I'll be able to help you with that as well. There's a whole team of advisors with various different support offerings. So we team up and get the best advice and the best support from you. Most of us drawing that support from our own experiences and things that we've gained throughout our careers over the years. Okay, so this webinar, we're here today to find out what you need and aid you to be able to research your funding and finance options. So I'll let you know about any kind of support funding finance that might be available to you, and also overcoming those financial barriers that might delay you in starting your business. Everyone's going to be at different stages, so we'll find out what stage you're at and be able to help with that then. Okay, so I'm going to start it off and kick off a bit of a poll. Bear with me, the slide just moved slightly. Okay, so Emma's going to aid us with the slides. So generally, how confident are you in financing your startup business? Are you very confident? You've got all your finances in place? Are you a bit unsure at the moment, hence why you're here today, obviously? Or are you really unconfident about financing that business start? Oh, brilliant, thanks Emma. So we've got the poll open. If you can just gauge, and Emma's going to feed back to us then where people are at the moment.
Okay, so the majority are saying that they feel unsure. We'll just wait for a few more to vote, and then I will I'll close the poll and launch the findings.
Lovely, thank you.
Just waiting for a couple more to vote. Okay. There we go. Can you see those results, Carla?
I haven't got the results, Emma, but if you can feed them back, that'd be great.
Yes, we can
Yeah,
see.
they're-
We can see. It's all good.
Yeah, the audience can see them. So we've got nobody mentioned that they were very confident. 83% said they're unsure, and 17% said not confident at all.
Okay. So great. Hopefully, by the end of this workshop, we'll get that changed a little bit once we start talking about what options are out there for you, and we can shift some of those things around for you. Okay. Right then. So let's give you some options. Let's find out what you need to know there. Okay, so one of the really good things to start with is developing a list of everything you need to be able to start trading. Once you know what you need, then we'll be able to help with that a little bit more. So don't necessarily do it now. This is really handy when you've got some statements around and you're sat being able to kind of toss everything up. But estimate the overall total and then come up with that total of what you need. This might be quite minimal, or it could be quite a large amount, and we'll look for that larger package of finance and funding for you. And then generally we can think then about how you're going to fund these costs. Okay, so a little bit of homework, sorry, just to find out what you need there. Okay. We'll be sending these slides on to you as well, so anything that you want to go back over, then we can help with that as well. Has anyone else got a bit of feedback there? I think there's a bit of echo. I'm not sure if that's anything we can help with. Okay. So have a think about those startup costs and how we're going to move that forward then. Just trying to move the slides. Bear with me 2 ticks. Okay, here we go. So startup finance. What finance is required to start your business? Hence why I asked you to do that little calculation in the last slide. Because that's really good to know. It might be that you've got to buy a lot of equipment, or it might be that you have a laptop at home and you're able to start the business by just getting some small cost items together. So have a think about that figure. What personal investments will be committed, and how will they be obtained? So think about, it might be that you've already got finance that you can put into the business. So then have a think about what business requires for the general startup. So you'll have that figure. You'll have a think about what you can find, or if you can find any at all. Okay, so you've got a bit of an idea about how much you need at this stage, or you will have a bit of an idea about how you need. I'm still having trouble moving my slides. I'm sorry about that. Just bear with me 2 people. Okay, right then. So what about the startup finance side of things? I think we'll do another bit of a poll on this one. Do you know at this stage how you will be financing your business? I know a lot of you from the last poll mentioned that you were a bit unsure, and that you're not too sure then about where it's going to come from. So would that be your own funds? Would it be family and friends? Maybe some grants that you've already identified? Hopefully we'll identify some more for you during this chat. Or would it be other? So have a little share your options here with us in the poll. So Emma's going to help us with that poll again. Thanks, Emma.
There we go. It should be up on your screens now.
Lovely. So I can see the view. So great. How will you be financing your business idea?
We're not getting any responses. I wonder if people are able to.
Is that because people aren't too sure at the moment? I know we've got a bit in the other box, so feel free in the other box to share in the chat if you've got other options. So I know it's quite a brief description on there. Okay, well, shall we start going through. We haven't got much response from that poll, so hopefully by the end you'll all be a bit more aware about what options are out there for you. Okay, so how about funding your startup costs? So great, we've got, if you've got your own funds and savings, fantastic. Unfortunately, that's not the option for many of us. Family and friends, often I meet businesses and their family and friends have offered a low APR or no APR loan. Great. I'd always recommend treating that like a bank if you were borrowing from a bank or such like, by showing them your business plan, and obviously negotiating and arranging those kind of repayment agreements as well there. Prince's Trust, fantastic. Have a chat with Prince's Trust if you're under 30. New enterprise allowance. So if anybody is on any kind of job seeking benefits, new enterprise allowance scheme is fantastic. It's one of my favourite schemes actually. We work with a lot of new businesses who go through new enterprise allowance and are really, really successful in starting up their business with new enterprise allowance. So that is great. Okay, we jumped slide for some reason. Okay, so there's various other options, such as, oh, we've jumped a few slides, Emma. Have you got control of the slides there as well?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Sorry about this, and that's little technical issues there.
Sorry, we've got a couple of gremlins in the screen as well. I think the poll that I launched, I think it went straight to the results as opposed to giving people the options to fill out, because we've had a couple of people pop in the chat function how they're going to fund their businesses actually, Carla. So I think we've got a couple of gremlins. Shall I read them out?
Yeah, please. Yeah, sorry about the gremlins, guys. Yeah,
so a couple of people just saying that for them it'd be mostly their own funds, they'll be self-funding their business ideas.
Yeah, okay, great. Again, still getting that business plan together and knowing how you're going to invest those, and if it's well invested as well. Quite often we see when people are investing that in the first sort of idea stage of setting up their business, they think they need a really expensive this or that, and then by the time they've done their research and market research, written their business plan potentially, those things change sometimes. So have a think about what you need to invest in, and don't always dash out and buy it all in the first instance. See what you need and when you need it within your business as well. It might be that you can stagger those things, or also giving you reassurance that, you know, your hard-earned savings that you might be investing into your business are going to the right places at the right time as well. Okay, thanks for that, Emma. Okay, so high street banks, a lot of high street banks are also offering business loans and things like that. Also, don't be afraid of using a few different avenues as well. Quite often we work with businesses who are using some of their own funds, borrowing a bit of family and friends, getting some through government schemes potentially, getting some through high street banks. So it could be a whole package of startup funding that you need. So we've also got development bank. We use those regularly. And a lot of our advisors have got good relationships with a lot of these agencies and various different support mechanisms as well. So we can all kind of have a look at that for you as well. I know Sarah on the first webinar, I think it was talking really highly of Purple Shoots as well. We use Purple Shoots quite a lot for the business startup costs, startup loans, for example. And we've got a fantastic new grant through Business Wales. It was launched on the 1st of December, and that is the Business Wales Barrier Grant. I've got a slide coming up on that one, so that one's really exciting news as well. So I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a minute. Okay. So we might still have a little bit of gremlin with the slides, so bear with me again. Okay, great, fantastic. We've got a new slide up. So this one is about the barrier grant. So like I said, launched on the 1st of December, and it's going until March 21. But if it might run out before then, so I suggest getting your applications in sooner rather than later. Obviously, we can help you at Business Wales with that. So everyone needs to be supported by Business Wales to be able to apply for it as well. And there's a lot of information on the website, and I'll be sharing, again, the slides, but I'll also be sharing links and things with you to get yourself registered on the Business Wales support mechanism so that you'll be able to apply for this grant. It's £2,000 to cover your startup costs. So I'm really well placed for you guys who are setting up businesses. Eligibility wise, there's eligibility. We all tick one box on the chat on the workshop today because we're female. So absolutely brilliant. That's the majority of new business starts watching this webinar will be eligible. So just got up on the screen the various different people that will be eligible. It will be contributing to your essential costs of starting up your business. So really exciting news in December that will help people. So it was good because whilst I was starting to talk to Emma about this, we didn't have it. And now we do. So it's really, really great. Even through the journey of this webinar, we've been able to have this launched and be able to help you guys. Okay. So a little bit more information there on that barriers grant. So part of the programme, you will need to be considering self-employment. So in addition to that service, we'll be able to get you involved with the whole package of Business Wales support as well. So that'll be handy. Okay. Sorry, the slides are sort of jumping around for me. I think this little gremlin is having a bit of fun today. Okay, how to apply? This is a big question, isn't it? So all applicants will be required to register through the Business Wales service. Fantastic, you've already got that contact through me, and Emma will feed things through as well. So at the end of the slides, all of the contact information will be on there. I'll be sharing all my information with you guys as well. So that bit is an easy bit. We can get you registered up, and some of you might already be registered, which is great. Some of you might already have started this support mechanism journey for you to help and be helped through this scheme too. So I wonder if you can pop in the chat and Emma can feedback if anybody is already being involved with Business Wales and is already applying for this grant, you know? You just pop any information.
I know one person, Carla, one of the participants who were in touch beginning of the week, actually. She wasn't able to join us in our first session because I think she was on a webinar with Business Wales trying to complete her business plan so that she's eligible to apply. So I know that she joined us for yesterday's session, and I'm not sure if she's with us today. But yeah, I know that we've mentioned this grant throughout the three sessions actually, to make sure that people are fully aware, and obviously you know the pot isn't going to be there forever and may run out before March. So we just wanted to let everybody know with as much notice as possible. So hopefully we've got some participants that will take up.
Brilliant. Thanks. Thanks for that. So I know it mentions about considering the viability through your business plan. So if you haven't already got a business plan, that can be quite scary, can't it? Don't panic. We can help you with that and help you with that application. So don't think it's too daunting because there is help and support available for you. Again, the different parts of the Business Wales family as well, which is helpful. Okay. So that is really exciting news. As you can tell, I've got a bit of a lag on clicking my buttons into getting the slides to the next one. So I'm so sorry about that. Okay. As I mentioned on previous slides, I'm a great fan about new enterprise allowance. So really good time, if you haven't already, speak to your job centre, have a look online for some more information. your job coach will be able to have a look at your package of benefit support if that suits your circumstance, and have a look whether New Enterprise Allowance, often referred as NEA, will be helpful for you. There's a lot of online tools as well, so benefit calculators, just so that you know that that bigger package of support along with your self-employment will make it work for you and your families. So definitely, if you're on any kind of job seeking benefit, have a look into that New Enterprise Allowance. It's fantastic. Almost like a bit of a buffer zone between unemployment and self-employment. And that wouldn't affect any kind of other grants that are out there, particularly the barriers grants and things like that. You would still be eligible. So if you're eligible for New Enterprise Allowance, speak to your job coach at the job centre, and utilise any kind of benefit calculator tools that are online. They're really, really helpful. Okay, a bit more information around New Enterprise Allowance. So again, you'll be having these slides. You can have a look over that. But it is really helpful just to have that little bit of extra cash over those first 26 weeks of setting up your business. Okay. Startup Loan Company. We use Startup Loan Company a lot with people who are setting up their businesses. And again, there's more information on the screen around that. You can borrow up to 25,000 per business owner, per business director. And it's a national government scheme to be able to help you set up your business. So again, as I was saying earlier, it might be various different parts of these packages that you need for setting up your business to help you take that forward. Okay, any questions, if you just want to pop them in chat, any questions about any of the those grants or options for setting up a business for your startup cost? Do you want me to go for more information? We'll have a chance for questions and answers at the end as well.
No questions coming through as yet, but we'll give people a chance to type them in, and if any pop up, I'll let you know.
Lovely, thank you. Okay then, so along with, sorry, another little bit of homework for you, which will be really, really helpful, particularly if you're engaging with the barriers grants, is doing a survival budget. So looking at all of the things you need to live on, so how much you need to spend out every week, every month, and think about how you're going to cover those costs, and what costs will you need to run your business as well. So grab yourself some of your statements, whether they're online or paper copies, and have a look at your outgoings and your general financial planning, because this is really helpful steps to aid your business plan going forward. So have a look at your personal survival budget. If you haven't already got a template, I can send a template over to Emma as well. So have a think about what your personal survival budget is. This will help you gauge how much you need to work and how much you need to charge, and if your business is generally viable. Okay, so have a look at that personal survival budget going forward. Okay, so think about your business cost. Again, this little gremlin in the slides with no information in there, so sorry about that. Okay, he's blank for some reason. So yeah, have a think about your general business costs, how much you need to charge, how much you need to spend out. It might be a really expensive piece of equipment that you need from the first off of your business. And also with your market research that you'll be doing, find out how much your competitors charge, because that's a really interesting point around how much you need to charge as well. Lots of new businesses, when I meet them, often say, oh, I'll be cheaper than my competitor. My question usually is why? Do you need to be cheaper than your competitor? So have a think about where you're entering the market at your price point as well. Okay.
We have a couple of questions, Carla, if you want to take them now, if you want me to leave them to the end, it's up to you.
Let's take them now, Emma, thanks.
Okay, so we have one question from Rhiannon, who is asking, are there any grants for employed people looking to go into self-employment?
Yeah, so it depends on, is Rhiannon happy to share where she lives? It might be that there's a local authority grant that might be helpful for her. If Rhiannon, if you're happy to share where you live in the chat, then it might be that there's a local authority startup grant. Some local authorities, there aren't any funds, but some there are, so that's really, really helpful. Also, there's lots of other circumstances of why it might be a grant available to you. It might be your business idea, or it might be, like I say, where you live. Anything in the chat, Emma?
Yes, so Rhiannon's from Newport.
Okay, great, fantastic. So Newport has a startup grant. So Rhiannon, if you just pop yourself into the Newport Council website, if you were to pop in Newport Council startup grant, and there'll be some information around it, around any of the funds that are available on there. I actually had a Newport startup grant in 2015, so I can highly recommend that personally. So yes, fab. There are different grants and different things out there. I know that COVID restrictions and different things have shaken up whether that there are things available, or even there are more things available, for example, on the barriers grants. So it's sort of swings and roundabouts this year, isn't it? But Rhiannon, good news on that, and there's some really fantastic contacts there at Newport Council for you.
Thanks,
yeah,
Carla. We've got one more question. One more question from Anne Harrod. Anne Harrod is sadly being made redundant in January and is wondering if she would qualify for anything that you've spoken about.
Yeah, depending on your circumstances and the timing around that redundancy. So REACT funding, make sure you sign up for some REACT funding. That's absolutely fantastic, and that's a training allowance. So that's absolutely brilliant. And then it might be that recently I've been working with someone who managed to get NEA after being redundant. Being made redundant, they went on to some job seeking benefit, and then they got onto the new enterprise allowance. So again, depending on your journey, and Harrod, it might be something that's available for you on time. It might be a bit of a timing issue, but generally we can have a look at that with you and see what works. So hopefully, and fingers crossed, that there's one out there for you as well. Thanks. Any more, Emma?
No, that's it for the time being, Carla. Thank you.
Okay, great, thank you. Okay, so having a look at what your business needs to spend out. So it might be that you need office expenses, or it might be that we're all working from home happily. It might be that marketing, real fuel costs, salaries, wages, insurances, rent. If you are having a property, a lot of businesses write in their business plan always forget the business rates. So if you are getting property or premises, always remember those business rates as well. We do have a lot in Wales that are small business rates relief, actually. So that's great news. Just thinking about what costs you need to pay out and when you need to pay those out. Okay. Also thinking then about how you're going to monitor and forecast your finances. So that might be a cash flow forecast. Again, that always seems quite daunting in the first stages of your business. But it's not. We can help with that. And once you've got the narrative of your business plan together, it tends to slot into place. That's really helpful. Thinking about, are you going to use an accountant or a bookkeeper to help you? So it might be asking friends and family if they've got any recommendations for you. And then again, thinking ahead in your business as well. Are you going to need any more additional finance in the next 12 months? So think about all of those things and monitor your finances. You generally know where you're at with your kind of business expenditure. And for some of the grants, you'll need to do cash flow forecasts. Again, if there's any loans and things like that as well, there'll be cash flow forecasts attached to that with your business plan. But really, really recommend it. Okay. So again, we've got to our next poll. Are people feeling a little bit more confident about what and how they can finance their startup business? So I take some more questions. If there's any more questions in there, Emma, before we launch the poll. Is there any questions there?
No questions as yet. The poll has now been launched,
Okay.
and people are responding, so it is working, thank God.
Lovely, lovely.
And so far we're on 100%, feeling more confident.
Yay!
Yeah, actually, it's gone down to 80% and 20% still not sure. So
Still not sure. Okay, but no worry to that 20% who are still not sure. Again, the support mechanism through Business Wales. I know it's difficult on the chat and webinar because it changes so much with different people's circumstances as well. So we can have those individual conversations through the Business Wales support mechanisms. That'll be really helpful for you. So great to know that that's 80% of you that are feeling more confident. So fantastic. And again, think of any questions because we'll have another chat at the end so that we can just mop up any more questions really. Quite often these sort of webinars spark, oh yeah, perhaps I could get that grant or I could apply for this loan or funding or finance. So that's really interesting to know. Okay, so on the Business Wales website as well, it's a really lovely section. We've got a lot of case studies as well. So this is a case study of a lady who started her business in lockdown. So it's a great time as well to start a business. You're going to be doing your business planning, and by the time you get to launch, you know it's viable. So have a look at our case study section, and we just popped the web link onto the slide for you as well, because they're real people like you and I, and we can find out their journeys. And often when you read the case studies, you find that they've overcome an issue that might be similar to yours, or you might even read it and think, oh, I didn't know about that support that was available. So really recommend having a look at those case studies. So it is really, really great to find out what other people have done, how they've done it, and how successful they've been. So you can share some of those stories. Often they're more than happy to share with you as well, their journeys, what they did right, what they did wrong, what lessons they learned along the way. So which is fantastic too. I know that in the first session it was mentioned about mentoring. So Business Wales has got a mentoring scheme as well, so we can always get you matched up with some mentors that will be helpful for your business. We found that a great mechanism as well. Okay, so thinking about what other support is available through Business Wales. So a really good next step for you guys would be going on the starting and running your own business webinar. So there's lots of dates out there. And again, once we register you up to the Business Wales service, we can get you signed up for that. It's a 3-hour webinar, everything you need to know about setting up your business. During that webinar, you will be filling out almost your business plan. So some notes and some information around your business plan. Another tip, that's a great one for when you're applying for the barrier grant as well. So once you register up, jump on one of those webinars and find out more about your business. There's lots of information such as market research, marketing, branding. So lots and lots of information during that 3 hours to help you set up. There's a whole section on finding finance as well. So again, the 80% are feeling more confident. Hopefully we'll be able to get that up to 100% and bring that 20% up again. So lots of information around starting up on the Business Wales website as well. There's a whole package on there of digital support through BOSS modules, so Business Online Support Service. So jump into that on the Business Wales website. There's lots of information, quick, short, sharp videos you can play through channels such as YouTube and find out those little bits of information. I think there's sort of 160 or so of those topics on there. There's an events finder on the Business Wales website as well. I know there's lots of information on that website. So, but you can find out what events are available. Obviously, most are digital at the moment. So have a think about any events you want to join, and they'll be on the events finder section. But your advisor will be able to help you sort of identify at what stage that the business is, and yourselves need to go on what workshops, so they'll be able to aid you with that journey. Another lovely thing is all of the images on this, which might have caused the gremlins actually, all the lots of storage and different parts on the images, but they are real businesses. So for example, this is a bag business that was set up, and they, you know, so fantastic. So there's some great images. So have a look into the images, and then you can follow their stories on the case study side of things. So this slide gives us a little bit more information around the workshops that are on offer. So it's 3 hours. This is the super fast business Wales. So this is around your digital side of things. So I know Emma mentioned to me that there was a few questions throughout the other workshops around digital marketing. So this support is available once you're trading, but in the meantime, have a look at the Superfast Business Wales website, and there's lots and lots of information on there that you can have a look at and help you along your journey. There's also the one-to-one advice for your social media. They can run diagnostics on your website, for example. So a really, really good tool. Have a look on the website, but also engage with that once you're on your Business Wales journey as well. Okay, so Q&A. Any questions in the chat there, Emma?
Not at the moment, and as soon as they come through, I'll let you know. Actually, Liz Carnes actually mentions that she went on one of the Business Wales sessions last week. I believe it was Liz who went on the business planning session that you had.
Brilliant, brilliant. So lots already one step ahead of applying for your barriers grant then, Liz. And so you're already engaged with the Business Wales service. You assumingly did some work on the document that's done via that session. So brilliant to know that you're kind of one step ahead on that barriers grant application. And you've probably been assigned a business advisor appointment as well. So great. Anything else there, Emma?
No, not at the moment, Carla.
Okay.
If anybody does have any questions, please pop them into the chat function, and we can ask those before we move on.
Okay.
And we are in the process of setting up a Facebook group as well, which was one of the recommendations from the attendees during these sessions. So we can, we can pop all the links and links to support and other sort of signposting in that group. And if anybody wants to pick Liz's brains, I'm sure Liz wouldn't mind sharing her experience of applying for the grant. I have got a question actually from Donna. I would like to get one advice on setting up business, digital support, and keen to do 3-hour webinar, please. So Donna, I'm sure Carla can arrange that for you.
Yeah, definitely. And so either there's a few ways you can go about that there, Donna, or I've just put onto the screen all of the support mechanisms. Or I'll be sharing my personal contacts via Emma, or Emma, happy for you to share those. Or if you just want to pop us an email, then we can do that directly for you, Donna, and get you on board with that. So if anyone wants to email across their information, we'll get those support mechanisms set up for you. So yeah, great. We'll be on the workshop soon there, Donna. Anything else in the chat?
No, not at the moment.
Okay, so here are our contact details. So this will come directly to our inbox, which will then a client relationship officer will give you a call, get all your details, register you up, and start that journey for you. So Donna, if you wanted to go through this route now, then that would be great, or you can ping your information across to myself or Emma. There's also our social channels there, so make sure you're following everything on the socials. Also, there's a great newsletter on the Business Wales website. Get yourself signed up to the Business Wales newsletter, because things are so fast changing at the moment. At least then you'll get an email into your inbox with all of the up-to-date information as well. So we found that newsletter really, really helpful. So some more information on the website there and about your next steps. Okay, so that draws a close to the slides, and yeah, sorry about those little gremlins in the slides, but hopefully I've got across some of the information for you. Any other questions?
No other questions. Liz has just made a comment that the newsletter is fab and that she's found you via LinkedIn. So the power of technology is connecting people, which is great.
Perfect. Yeah, join all of the social channels. There's lots of information through that, and the newsletter particularly are really important at the moment because things are so fast changing. So we found that really helpful. Brilliant. So any more questions?
No, not at the moment.
Okay, let's get you all signed up to the Business Wales service, and then hopefully the barriers grant will be available to you. And also then we can start your journey with a business advisor so that we can dig out if there's any other support available for you. Okay, thank you very much.
Brilliant. Thank you, Carla. I'm just going to take back control of the screen now. Bear with me.
Lovely, thank you.
Okay. So yeah, as I mentioned earlier, here are our contact details. If you want to get in touch with us, follow us on LinkedIn, on Twitter and on Facebook as well. We will be setting up that group very soon, and I will get that link across to you. There's other resources that you can access through Quaranteg as well. We recently did, we ran some online sessions exploring enterprise with NatWest and Simply Do Ideas, and we created this great online platform for you to sort of come up with your business ideas. So I'll send you the links to those as well. There's also the YouTube channel that we set up, which features all of the future female founders sessions, which is all about how to set up in business, and it covers things from ideas to finance to inspiration as well. So another selection of tools for you to tap into. And as Carla mentioned, you've got all those brilliant support services from Business Wales as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a takeaway signposting sheet for you with links to all the sessions that you've had from us, links to sessions that we've done with NatWest, the Business Wales stuff, and also all the resources that our wonderful role models have mentioned throughout the last 3 sessions as well. And hopefully, you know, that will get you in a good position to get your ideas off the ground. And, you know, keep in touch with Quaranteg. Keep an eye out for other sessions that we will be delivering as well, because this is hot on our topic to get more women into entrepreneurship. And if we can support you in any way, let us know. There's the mentoring service that Business Wales offer, and if you want to get in touch with anybody at Quaranteg as well, I'm sure we may be able to connect you with some great women in business as well. So I think that brings us to an end. And here are my contact details again. If you think of anything past today, please just drop me an email and I will get back to you. Today is actually my last working day in 2020. Hooray! I will be back on the 7th of January. So I will make sure that you get all the resources that you need the first week in January to kick off the new year and hopefully get you on your way to becoming an amazing woman in business. I'm looking forward to hearing all the success stories that come out of this. So I wish you all a very happy holidays, and hope you all stay safe, and hope you join us very soon for future projects and initiatives. So I'm going to sign off now and close the webinar for everybody. There will be a feedback survey that pops up when I end the session. If you could just spend a couple of seconds filling out those answers, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you very soon, hopefully. Bye-bye.